Hey folks, how you doing out there today? Remo back. We are out for the very first time on the 3-map version of Highway Haulin 2. What we're going to do is pretend we're a millionaire and we're going to head over to the Mud Park over in Sherwood Ridge. Oh, lovely start. We'll just slap the guardrail on the way through with some awesome little mod trucks to take for a run in the mud. Probably not going to do that in this video, but we're going to head over there and show what we're in for with this 3-map version. There's a long highway run on this one. Really, I've spent the last few days kind of getting myself set up to do the region, and yesterday really felt a pretty good cold coming on and ended up coughing all night. Didn't go into work today because I don't need to get everyone sick, and actually spent the whole day while I was wallowing away and not feeling very good, plugging away on getting this thing put together. And tell you, it hurt my head a few times trying to figure out what I was doing with the other maps, make sure the cargo's working together, adding in all the new tasks, adding in different sections to the other missions to integrate the 3rd map. I kind of softened the roads on map 2 into the logging areas was a request. I fixed the solar panel build on map 2 that wasn't working properly. A few other little fixes. There's a couple of floating models in the Sherwood map that I set back down. Basically, I got the whole thing put together today. What I was expecting that 8 hours to be over the next week for, like, usually I spend most of my time working on this stuff between, I don't know, 4 and 7 in the morning. I'm an early riser, and that quiet time I usually work away on this. In the evening I usually end up getting too tired, so regardless, the week I thought it was going to take me actually worked out to be today because I wasn't feeling very good. So just kind of hammered away at this stuff. Now, like I said, we got a whole bunch of mods here. On the trailer, what we're looking at is the first vehicle we have is the BB Customs, the Bronker, which is on the very back of the trailer, the green one. So it's just an all-around mudding truck. Not a lot of customization options, but it's a fun little truck to beat through the mud. We have the little Ripper SXS that is put together by A. Henderson 0141. It is a fun little vehicle. You don't see a lot of those in the game, so more than anything I threw it on there for looks. And then the last one is the 2nd Gen K-Series from John Hot Rod, which is just an awesome truck that you can set up for mudding or lighter duty. Like, all his vehicles are just super customizable. And then what we picked, what I'm taking out for the Haulin truck is the TWM Peterman 79 Special Edition. It's a cool truck. I'm really enjoying what TWM's been putting out lately. We're actually on his trailer here, which is the CLH fixed neck Lowboy, and holds 3 things. We'll pretend we have a whole bunch of mud and vehicles, and let's just kind of go for a long haul over to the basically 3-map haul all the way across the 3rd map back to the mudding area. So I mean, honestly, this map is kind of conducive to playing around in cab, just because you don't have to. When you're going off-road in cab, it gets really challenging because you don't see a whole lot. So, I don't know. It's kind of, again, with the first one, it was a mix of ATS and Snowrunner was kind of my idea on the build. And it gives console players a little bit of an idea, although this is nothing like ATS. But it should be a lot of fun having all 3 maps. Again, this is an RP destination kind of thing that I was thinking about when I built the 3rd map, is you can set up on the first one, set your rigs up with some friends once you get into co-op, and go for a haul all the way across the map. There's camping areas on all 3 maps. You've seen the first 2. Sherwood is out right now as a single map, but it's actually only available on Xbox, both Xbox platform series and 1. Haven't seen it come through on anything else, but hopefully soon. That first one came in a night. So, and if you noticed, Xbox again got the updates. I threw the update out for Fraser Island. I'm not really totally sure what wasn't working on that, but I got it working. So now we're just kind of sitting waiting for approval on both the maps. You can see here we're just loaded into Sherwood Ridge. So this is map 3. It's first time we've been able to do that. So it was not a lack of trying that got me through it today. It was just there's so many things going on with the region, and I had things that were named the same on the 3 maps, so I had to kind of section it out. And what I do is I make a copy of all the single maps so that I can have a region version that's going to be a lot different in terms of how the contracts are laid out, and you have to put missions that span different maps in a region setup rather than the in-map setup. It's just totally different. It's a lot more, call it paperwork, just inputting and trying to sort myself out, but I got everything working. There are 98 missions on this region, so there's a lot to do. There's a bunch of heavy hauls. I added a bunch more stuff to the Sherwood Ridge map here that isn't in the single map version. I do realize that when the Highway Haulin 2 region goes to a 3 map version, it's probably not going to be available on PS5. Switch for sure it won't. There's really not much I could do in terms of making the file size smaller, so unfortunately, you know, I don't know what the word is going to be like on the PS5 Pro that's coming out, but maybe you'll get a little bit more RAM when it comes out. Doesn't sound like it's something you're going to upgrade to, but maybe if you have a PS4 and you're moving up at that point, who knows. I just wish PS5 would get more RAM memory allocated to the mods, but it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. I'm sure for consoles, just what I have in this little load up here is a lot. I mean, the ultimate experience is on PC. I hate to say it, not bragging, but I don't know. The gap is getting closer. Consoles aren't quite as cheap as they used to be, and PCs, like you look at some of the Linus videos and that they kind of match up the builds, Jay's 2 cents, and you know what? Things are getting closer and closer now in terms of the money spent in a PC. I mean, right away, if you got a PC, you're modding, or at least you have the ability to, so who knows. Bottom line is, I made the maps as streamlined as I could. I'm stopping at 3 maps for this, and I'm going to move on to something else next. A few options were doing another Death Roads map, maybe starting another highway hauling whole adventure. Now mind you, that one I honestly would probably work on it in the background and try and put it out as one big region as the first show, so or at least have two to 3 maps as a big adventure. I don't know. I kind of like to be putting stuff out not too much longer than a month and a half. But I don't know if everyone's willing to, you know, I'm sure some people aren't playing the Sherwood Ridge single map right now because they're waiting for it in the region version, which is totally understandable. There are a lot more missions on the region version than there are in the single maps, and I really truly put them out just to make sure every console can at least play something. This is going to be the best experience. It's just the way it is. And you know what, I don't mind doing that little bit extra work to make sure at least everyone gets to get out and play it and experience some form of it. You know, this is a hobby. I love making the adventures for all you guys to play. And it just breaks my heart when people can't play everything, so I always do spend the extra time, and it's a lot of extra hours, but I will do it every time just to make sure everyone gets a chance to play at least some version of it. I mean, you know, this is a hobby that I do, and I am so thankful to all of you that have made donations and really just spend the time throwing the comments and stuff up there and just keep me going. I don't know. Some people play, some people create. I'm on the creator side, and I just love the challenge of building a realistic world with realistic feeling tasks that you have some fun at. And I know I get some flack sometimes, like I've seen people say there aren't any rocks in this map, but I mean, if you look back, I think I have about 45 mod maps. You're gonna find what you want on one of them. You just gotta look through the whole library. Typically, especially at this point, I'm confident enough with what I'm doing that I'm just gonna go with what I feel and what everyone's talking with, and you're gonna get a different experience on every map. I mean, you look through my library, it's actually, I was looking around through it today, and it's pretty crazy how many different places all your ideas have pushed me to build over the years. Like, it's just awesome, all the Aussie places and Canadian feeling places, and some of the US kind of spots like the first Highway Haulin region. You know what, it's just so awesome that we get to have so much fun doing this, and it looks like it's just going to keep on going for a while. I mean, Expeditions is fun to play with. It's pretty tough to mod in terms of coming up with new contracts and stuff, so I'm just kind of hanging back right now. I haven't seen my Islands map get approved on the other consoles, and it's the only map I have out with actual missions in it, so I'm just going to hold off putting missions in the Beaver Creek and the Halliburton Highlands maps, just again so everyone can at least play them a little bit. Then when we see the updates come through and I start seeing, you know, my map with missions get approved, I'll look at going back in on that. Mind you, at this point I've forgotten everything I learned in terms of setting up all the missions in that game, and it is the same, but it's quite a bit different, so we'll get back to Expeditions as it keeps kind of moving along in its update future. But I don't know, Snowrunner is a lot more fun just because of the versatility that you have, and we got some new stuff in the new season 14, which it looks like everyone's really having a lot of fun on, and it looks like some just beautiful map building from the devs this time, so I haven't seen too much negative about it. And I have utilized some of the new stuff, models and buildable things and cargo from that new season, so I doubt I'll buy the DLC, but maybe at some point. I kind of just look online, watch a few of your videos out there and get an idea of what's happening and what they're doing, and forgot about these little mud puddles down here. I just have all-terrain tires on the Peterman here, so it's going to be a little bit slow. Something to think about, because you're going to haul a few bigger loads through here. It's not killer mud, but Peterman's doing alright. Back the mud trucks off and drive them through by themselves. We're just about here. It's just past this next mud puddle and down into the camping area. And just in time, it's taken us all day to get out here. It's cool to be able to drive all the way across those maps and do kind of an RP destination. We got a trailer down here waiting for us to go hop in, pack her in for the night, and get the trucks out in the morning. It's really my thought with these Highway Haulin maps is, you know, there's a ton of missions. Again, 98 missions. That's going to take a fair bit of time to run through. I don't know if this is going to break missions. I did like one mission and tested it and it didn't, so maybe, but it might. I don't know. This will be the last update or last map added. There may be a couple updates because I'm sure there's errors. It's just too many missions for me to actually run through by myself. It would take me quite a long time. Which also means it should take you quite a long time to complete this region if you don't get bored with it. I'm a realist. My stuff is not for everyone. Should have a good mix in this set of maps and region. There's a lot of different missions. A lot of different trucks you're going to use. I bet you could use every truck in the lineup, honestly. And here we are. Park her up for the night, I think, and unload in the morning. So this is just kind of the camping area here. We'll just cut across here and head over to our trailer. Call her a night and get the rigs off the trailer in the morning. Again, RP. There should only be 2 porta potties right there. Gonna have to fix that. Those are not supposed to be there until you deliver them. Wink wink, nudge nudge. We'll just head back over here and unload. First we got the Bronker, like I said, BB Customs. It's a loud one. It's pretty fast in high gear too. It's a fun little truck. It'll be a good spot for this thing here. And now we got the K2, or the 2nd gen K series. John Hot Rod. Always love the motor sounds. He's very good at not getting the motor sounds to sound too repetitive. And beautiful looking truck. Surprisingly sits about the same height as the Bronker. Then we got the SXS, which I haven't had out too many times. If I had to guess, it sounds like it's got a slightly larger motor than you may think. And here we are at the mud park. I'm gonna shut her down now, but I hope you like what you see. Should be another day or two, hopefully, if I get time in, get her all fixed up and out for you guys to play. Thanks for watching. Talk to you again soon.